On the Senate floor Wednesday, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer blasted Republican lawmakers. This came one day after Senator Lindsey Graham introduced a bill that would criminalize abortion after 15 weeks into a pregnancy. This is the first national ban on the procedure to be introduced after the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. The legislation faces long odds of actually passing, even if Republicans regain control of Congress. Schumer, who was at an event on the White House lawn yesterday celebrating the passage of the Inflation Reduction Act, contrasted the two parties. The New York Democrat said, quote, "One party is focused on jobs. That's us. The other is focused on nationwide abortion bans. That's the extreme MAGA Republicans."
Mr. President.
Majority Leader.
Mr. President, yesterday was truly a tale of two parties. While one party, the Democrats, gathered at the White House to celebrate the passage of our job-creating agenda, the other party, the MAGA Republicans, spent their day introducing a nationwide ban on abortions. If the American people want to know what the differences between the two parties are, look no further. One party's focused on jobs. That's us. The other is focused on nationwide abortion bans. That's the extreme MAGA Republicans. One wants to lower inflation. One party wants to lower inflation and help families make ends meet, to tackle the generational challenges we face, and has passed major legislation to that effect, now law. The other party, apparently, wants to eliminate women's autonomy over their own bodies. Here's how you know Republicans are dangerously out of touch. Months after women had their freedom of choice taken away by the MAGA Supreme Court, a nationwide abortion ban was actually their attempt to seem more mainstream. Can you believe it? To seem more mainstream? Heaven help us, Mr. President. Heaven help us. Shows just how extreme they are. The core problem is that far from being mainstream, a large portion of the Republican Party harbors truly extreme views on a woman's right to choose. In the few months since the Dobbs decision, Republican state legislatures in places like Indiana and South Carolina and others have either introduced or enacted new abortion restrictions, with alarmingly few exceptions of rape or incest. In this chamber, Senate Republicans spent years confirming judges hostile to freedom of choice, including 3 sitting Supreme Court justices who joined with the majority in overturning Roe. And the then Majority Leader, now Minority Leader, Leader McConnell, has repeatedly said his greatest accomplishment is putting these judges on the court. His greatest accomplishment, putting judges on the court who overturn Roe v. Wade? Do the American people want that? I don't think so. And for all the hemming and hawing we heard yesterday from Republicans about where they really stand on the issue, they cannot run away from their record. Setting aside yesterday's proposal, the fact is that 45 Senate Republicans, including Leader McConnell, remain co-sponsors of another nationwide abortion ban previously introduced by the senator from South Carolina. Leader McConnell himself told USA Today earlier this year that without Roe, proposals for a nationwide ban on abortions were now possible, his words, possible, if Republicans controlled the Senate. Do the American people want that? Do they want McConnell, Leader Mitch McConnell, to be majority leader and work to overturn, to impose a nationwide ban on abortions? I don't think so. Now they're sort of running away from what their real beliefs are, but they're like the dog who caught the bus. For years they pushed to make this happen, unfortunately, to the detriment of over 100 million American women. It happened, and now they don't know quite what to do. They're not backing off their horrible MAGA principles, but they want to hide from it at the same time because they know how unpopular it is. And to show you just where the party is at, almost immediately after the court overturned Roe, Mike Pence, former Republican vice president, now running for president possibly in 2024, said, quote, "Republicans must not rest until abortion is illegal everywhere." That means a nationwide ban. That doesn't leave it up to the states. In fact, he doubled down on just this last night, saying a national abortion ban is profoundly more important than Republican short-term interests. That's one of the leaders of the Republican Party, which has moved so far to the right, even that someone like Pence, who doesn't always go along with Trump, feels compelled to say that extreme, to take that extreme position. And lest we forget, folks, nearly every Senate Republican already voted to push national abortion bans in 2020, in 2018, and 2015. During one of these votes, the senator from South Carolina, who introduced the nationwide ban again yesterday, said, quote, "These pieces of legislation will continue to be advanced until they pass." How do we know that Republicans will put a national abortion ban on the floor if they control the Senate? Not only has Senator Graham committed to doing it, they've done it before, 3 times, and they'll do it again if they get the majority. America, beware. America, beware. So the truth is not hard to grasp. Republicans do not care about leaving abortion in the hands of the states. No way. They do not care that a majority of Americans supported Roe and support abortion rights. What MAGA Republicans care about deep down is eliminating freedom of choice across America, period. And they are already at work right now on legislation, as we heard yesterday, that will take us down that terrible, terrible path. Well, it's my view that the American people aren't going to be fooled by Republicans' desperate attempts to seem mainstream. You can't fake your way through an issue so personal and so important as a woman's right to make her own health care choices. They're not going to be able to run and duck and bob and weave and tie themselves in pretzel knots. Everyone knows where they're at. Lindsey Graham made it clear again yesterday. And people will know the Republican view. Abolish abortion everywhere. That's not going to change, no matter what some on the other side might think.